Hi guys, it's Chris with City Your Homestead. So, I am committed to getting stuff cleaned out of the freezer and getting it canned on shelves. I was going to do a couple of canning videos this week, but Jack locked his basement and I can't get to the meat. So, it'll have to wait till he comes home. But anyways, I have a bunch of, like every time I got a full chicken, I would put it in my Instapot. And I would, put it into a quart baggie, and then we'd use it later down the road. But I got to thinking I can can it and do the same thing and free up some very much needed freezer space. So I'm going to do a few other things too. Now, I have some barbecued chicken from the freezer, and we're going to can that. Now, anytime you do barbecued chicken, or anything like that, stay below the 1-inch headspace, because for some reason it does expand and it won't set if you don't. That's one thing I've learned. This one might not be as bad because it's not so, it doesn't have tons and tons of barbecue sauce on it. It has the blueberry barbecue sauce that I canned on it, but I added what I had left in the refrigerator to have it so it wasn't so dry. I would have done that had I, you know what I mean? So pack it down as tight as you can, and then move to the next jar. Then I found some other kind of chicken in my freezer, and I'm going to can that up today too. I do have some recipes that I want to use, but, well, I need the chicken to do that. So let's see how many jars I get of this. And then we'll be back and get this one put in the canner, and then I'll go to the next one. Alright, so now the next thing I found in my freezer was this tomato herb chicken breasts. And that was actually a gift from someone too. People will sometimes go to the food bank and there's something that they don't like or don't want, and they'll give it to me. So I'm not going to let it go to waste. And so I'm going to can it. So I'm going to get this cut up. I don't think I can get it all into 1-pint jar, so I'm going to see what I can do here. I was thinking about canning it in a quart, but I don't want the 90-minute cook time. Not that I hate the 90-minute cook time, but everything else is going to be 75 minutes, so yeah. I don't really want to play with time that much. You know, if you got something that's supposed to can for 20 minutes and you have to go 25 because of something else, that's fine. But I don't want to go from 75 to 90 on pressure can stuff. So, you know, actually, I might be able to, if I squeeze it down really, really good, I might be able to get it all into 1 pint. We'll see. And I figure, why let it go to waste? So some of the things that I'm going to be canning are things that I can actually incorporate into meals. So I agree with what one person said, just use my canning as a way to incorporate into my regular meals instead of making it a whole week or whatever. And I agree with that. Because there's so many things that I can make that I can still do a full meal. And like my sister said, there's still things like this, for instance, you can buy at the store. And you can do it right along with me. You know what I mean? There's other canned goods that you can do that with. Or meat that you buy fresh at the store, whatever it happens to be. Alright, let me see if after I debubble it, what that does. Like I said in the other videos, just because it's meat and stuff does not mean you don't debubble it. You want to get all that air out in between. I might get all that right into one. It's pretty close. So let me get that cleaned up and put it in the jar, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the rest of it. Alright, now I put it all into one bowl. I got like 9 bags out of the freezer. So that made a little bit of space in my tiny one. So what I'm going to do, because this is already cooked chicken, so it's not going to get the fat in the bottom like your regular raw chicken would get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to every jar, and I'm going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of that little chicken bouillon stuff, and I'm going to put it in the bottom of each jar. That way we maintain a chickeny taste in there, because you know when you boil your chicken it gets rid of some of that flavor. So then I'm just going to fill my jars. I hope he's got enough jars up here. I got my big canner out because that way I could double stack if I needed to. And I think that's going to have to happen. So you want to get that right down to like the 1-inch head space. Just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour water over top of that. Now if you'd rather use like a chicken broth or something, you're more than welcome to. But that's what the bottom of that is for. That little chicken broth that I put in there is for that very reason. So let me see if after debubbling it, if I need to add more water or more chicken. And then this way you can add it to whatever you want, whatever meal you want. Break that one piece up a little bit more. So now I'm going to clean right around the rim just like I did everything else. Make sure you clean it up really good because you know meat has a lot of fat in it. I have a feeling I'm going to fill a lot of jars full of chicken today. Some of it still froze a little bit, but that's alright. It's not going to be a big deal. You know, if you want to make a chicken pot pie, anything like that, you can either drain the broth off of it, or you could use that broth to make a gravy. Whatever you want to do. Alright, so let's add some water to it. And I texted Jack and he told me where the key is, so I'll still be able to can. He doesn't want his roommate using his washer and dryer. So, and I can't blame him. So, he keeps it locked. Alrighty, what did I do with my cloth here? Get that one washed off. So basically this is no different than you freezing it. The only difference is it's not taking up room in your freezer. Which I don't know about you guys, but my freezer space, I do have a couple freezers, but my freezer space is very, very limited. So I've got a whole basement. My basement's full too, but you know. We can always make room for a few more jars. So I'm going to pack these up and see how many we get. So far we got 4 of the barbecued, 1 of that tomato, and we will see how many of the chicken that we get too. Alright, so I got 10 full pints of the chicken. So that canner is completely full. Double stacked, it's completely full. So now we're going to wait for the vent pipe to come up and to vent for 10 minutes. Then I'm going to put my jiggler on. Once we get that to where it's rocking, then I will time it for 75 minutes. If you were canning quarts, it's 90 minutes. Now I'm going to make some potato salad, not online, but potato salad, and get Tom's grapes and his parfaits and cheese and all that stuff ready for his lunches tomorrow. So it's just never ending. I'll be back when this is done. Alright, so there we go. 10 regular chicken with a little bit of the water in there and some of the chicken bouillon. We got 4 barbecue chicken, and then that's that tomato one. So looks like a lot of food going on our shelves. Now I do use 4 jars canning lids, and I just got an alert yesterday that they're doing a giveaway. If you purchase $50 or more, you put in the drawing for September 1st through the 30th, and they're giving things away like $2,000 in prizes. First prize is a KitchenAid 5-quart artisan mixer. Second prize is a Dyson V8 cordless vacuum. Third prize is a Breville Bambino Express machine. 4 through 6 prize is cast iron Dutch oven. 7 through 10 is a $100 gift certificate at 4 jars. I have the link below. Use Chris10 as a code so you get 10% off, but if you need lids, you might as well get in on the drawing. So hopefully I'm showing you guys some different ways to put up your food, and I will be doing a canning video tomorrow. I'm really excited about it, actually. So we're going to get this stuff on the shelf. You guys have a blessed day. Be a blessing, and I'll see you tonight.